सबसे पहले हम लिखते हैं बेसिक HTML। आप सब जानते ही होंगे बेसिक HTML में हमारे पास होता है डॉक टाइप HTML, ओपनिंग एंड क्लोजिंग HTML टैग, और हमारे पास होता है ओपनिंग एंड क्लोजिंग हेड टैग्स। और हेड टैग्स के अंदर हमारे पास होता है टाइटल टैग्स, लेट इट सेट टू बी फॉर्मेटिंग, और हमारे पास होते हैं ओपनिंग एंड क्लोजिंग बॉडी टैग्स। आज हम बात करने वाले हैं फॉर्मेटिंग टैग्स के बारे में और ये कहाँ पे यूज़ होते हैं। सो हमारा फर्स्ट फॉर्मेटिंग टैग है बोल्ड टैग। तो चलिए शुरू करते हैं। लेट अस गो अहेड एंड क्रिएट अ पैराग्राफ। Let it said to be, this is a sample paragraph. If we want to make this sample word bold, we use the bold tag. So we will write the B and we will replace this sample within the bold tags. So now you can see the sample text is in the bold form. Now if we want to make any text underlined, we use the underline tag or the U tag. So let us go ahead and create another paragraph. Like this is a sample paragraph. Now if we want to make this is a sample underlined, so for that we use U tag. So this text sample is underlined now. We can see this sample word is underlined on the output side. अब आगे बढ़ते हैं और बात करते हैं अनदर फॉर्मेटिंग टैग के बारे में, जो टैग हैं इटैलिक टैग। और ये इटैलिक टैग वहाँ पे यूज़ होता है जहाँ पर हमें टेक्स्ट को इटैलिक बनाना होता है। लेट्स गो अहेड एंड क्रिएट अ पैराग्राफ। लेट्स से दिस इज अनदर पैरा and let us make this para italic. So we will use the I tag and we will replace this para word inside the opening and closing italic tags. Now the para word is in italic form. Now let's talk about the another formatting tag, that is the superscript and the subscript tag. अब हम ये दोनों टैग्स हम कहाँ पे यूज़ करते हैं, अब हम ये पढ़ने वाले हैं। ये जो सुपरस्क्रिप्ट और सबस्क्रिप्ट टैग्स हैं, ये ज़्यादातर हम यूज़ करते हैं फिज़िक्स, केमिस्ट्री और मैथ्स में यूज़ करते हैं इन ऑर्डर टू राइट द chemical equations or mathematical equations. So let us go ahead and create a paragraph. Let us say the paragraph as oxygen is equal to O2. In order to make this 2 on the subscript, for that we use the subtag. So now you can see the digit 2 is on the subscript or on the bottom. Similarly, for the सुपरस्क्रिप्ट टैग we use SUP टैग। जैसे कि सबस्क्रिप्ट टैग के लिए SUB टैग लगाते थे, उसका मतलब था बॉटम। आप अब जान गए होंगे सुपरस्क्रिप्ट का मतलब होता है एट द टॉप। जैसे कि हम दूसरा एक पैराग्राफ लिखते हैं 2 रेज़ड पावर 2 इज इक्वल टू 4। In order to make this 2 at the top, we use the SUP tag. So now you can see the output 2 raised power 2 is equal to 4. Now let us talk about the address tag. What is the address tag and where it is used? एड्रेस टैग हम वहाँ पे यूज़ करते हैं, मतलब अगर हमें किसी का एड्रेस बताना हो। लेट अस गो अहेड एंड क्रिएट एन एड्रेस टैग। लेट अस राइट सम सिंपल एड्रेस like #123 second street ABC as block and XYZ as city. and UVW as country name, and 12345 6 as pin code. Now the another most important formatting tag is the strike through tag. So let's say we have a paragraph. This is a new paragraph. Now we want to strike through this para. For that we use the strike tag, and we put this para word inside the opening and closing strike tags. So now we can see there there is the line through the para word. Let me zoom in. Now you can see the word para has a line in between. Now let's talk about the another tag, that is delete tag. Delete tag is used to highlight the deleted text. Now let's make a paragraph. This is a sample paragraph. Now in order to make this sample word highlighted or deleted, in that case we use the del tag or deleted tag, and we will place the sample word between the opening and closing delete tags. So you can see we have a line through the word sample, and in the HTML form the browser will know that this word sample is deleted because of these del tags. Now let's talk about the another tag, that is inserted tag. Let's say we want to highlight a word that was inserted, so in that case we use the ins tag. So let us go ahead and create a paragraph, one more para, and this time we want to highlight this more word as inserted. For that we will place this more word inside the ins tags. So if we looked at the output, we can see the word more is underlined, and in HTML the browser will read this more word as inserted with the help of opening and closing ins tags. Now let's talk about the small and big tags. The small tag is used to make a piece of text smaller in font as compared to the other texts. For example, let's create a paragraph. Let's say this is another para. Now this time if we want to make this another word smaller, for that we use this smaller tag, and we will place this another word between the opening and closing small tags. Now if you look to the output, we can see the font size of the another is relatively small as compared to the another text. Now let's talk about the big tag. The big tag makes the text bigger with compared to other texts. For example, we have a paragraph. This is another para. This time we want to make this another word bigger as compared to others. So we will place this another word inside the opening and closing big tags. Now we can see the word another is bigger in font as compared to others. Now let's talk about the mark tag. मार्क टैग ऐसा होता है कि जैसे हम कुछ टेक्स्ट लिखते हैं अपनी कॉपी पे और हम हाईलाइट करते हैं उसको किसी भी कलर से, जैसे कि ब्लू और पिंक मार्कर से हम उसे कलर करते हैं। अगर हम HTML में किसी चीज़ को कलर करना चाहते हैं या हाईलाइट करना चाहते हैं, हम उसके लिए यूज़ करते हैं हाईलाइट टैग और मार्क टैग। Let us go ahead and create a paragraph. This is a mark tag. Example. Let's say we want to highlight this text, a mark tag. So for that we will use the mark tag and we will place this text inside the opening and closing mark tags. Now if we look at the output, we can see a mark tag is in a yellow color. Now let's talk about the em tag or m tag. If we want to emphasize a text or a word, for that we use the em tag. For example, let's make a paragraph. This is a para and we want to emphasize the word para. For that we will place this word inside the opening and closing em tag, and we can see on the output side the word para is in the italic form, and in the HTML the browser will read this page and get to know that this para word is emphasized because of the em tags. Now let's we want to make a text strong or important, so for that we use this strong tag. So let's go ahead and create a paragraph. This is a strong para. Let's say we want to make the text is a strong important, so for that we will enclose the words inside this strong tag. Now if we look to the output, we can see the text is a strong and highlighted and bold in font. Now let us say we want to create an abbreviation, so for that we use AWBR tag. So let us go ahead and create a paragraph. Let's say we are learning HTML and we want to create an abbreviation for this HTML word. For that we have to put this HTML word inside the opening and closing ABBR tag. In the opening ABBR tag, we will create an title attribute. And we will write hypertext markup language. So if we go to our output, then on the place our mouse on the top of the word HTML, we will get a tooltip which says hypertext markup language. Now the most another important formatting tag is acronym tag. So for that we use the acronym tag. So let's go ahead and create an acronym tag. So let's make a paragraph. Let's say Indian space research organization or ISRO or ISRO. In order to make this word ISRO an acronym, we will enclose this inside the opening and closing acronym tags. So when the browser will examine this page, it will know that this word ISRO is acronym because of these opening and closing acronym tags. So let us say we want to denote a quotation or we want to denote a quote in the form of HTML. So for that we use the block quote. So let us go ahead and create a quotation by Muhammad Ali. So we will write the block code, and inside this, let me go ahead and paste the quotation and we can see the output of the quotation. The another most important formatting tag is the code tag. The code tag is used to denote a piece of code in a given string. Let us say we want to tell our browser that a piece of text is a code. So for that we will enclose the piece of text inside the opening and closing code tag. Let us go ahead and create a paragraph. Let us say set the variable var I is equal to 10 semicolon. So this text var I is equal to 10 semicolon is a piece of code in JavaScript. Now we will enclose this inside the opening and closing code tags var I is equal to 10. We will place these inside the opening and closing code tags. So if we look to the output, we can see var I is equal to 10 is slightly different from the rest of the text because it is inside the code tags. And now let's say we want to denote a program variable in the form of text. So for that we use the var tag. So let us go ahead and create a paragraph. Let us go ahead and create a paragraph. Let's say set the variable x to 10. So we have the output, and now we have to denote this variable x. So for that we will enclose this variable x inside the var tag. Now if we look to the output, we will see the x variable has different font, and when the browser will examine this page, it will look at the var tag and it will know that this x is denoting a variable. Now let us say we want to display output of a code. So for that we use same tag. Let us go ahead and create a same tag. Inside this same tag we will place the output, let us say 1 2 3. So when the browser will examine this page, it will get to know that this text is an output of some computer code because of these opening and closing same tags. Before we wrap up, let us talk about another tag, that is KBD tag. So for example, we want to denote a text which is input from the keyboard. So let's say for example press F5 key to refresh. So F5 is a key. In order to denote it, we enclose this F5 text within the opening and closing KBD tag. So when the browser will examine this page, it will get to know that F5 is actually denoting a keyboard input because of the opening and closing KBD tags. Alright guys, this brings us the end of this tutorial. Like, share and subscribe.